Welcome, sports bettors. This is Bet Republic. Daily line, Super Bowl special. Talking a little bit about the totals today. Just going to concentrate on just the over-under in this game. Numbers set at 56 for the Colts and the Saints.
Yeah, it's a lot of time between build-up for the Super Bowl. It gives us a chance to handicap the game properly. We know the props are going to come out and bombard us with all these options here. But we've just been doing some handicapping, thinking out loud, and just trying to throw some numbers, trying to decide on how we come up with a total. What did you start with, Sonny?
Well, first thing I did, I said, let's just go look at the last 10 Super Bowls. What's the trend? Have they been up? They've been down? Different teams, I know, but it's something I look at it from all different angles. So the first angle I looked at, the past 10 Super Bowls, only 2 of the past 10 have seen a score of 56 or more. Only 2 out of 10 have seen a number that surpasses the numbers set on this game.
And these are a couple of top offenses, no question. We know what Manning can do with the ball. We certainly know what the Saints can do, scoring 510 points this year. But we averaged off regular season numbers. Let's see. New Orleans throughout the regular season was averaging 53 total points in their games, including just the 17 regular season games. And Indianapolis was sitting at 44. Average between those two numbers is 48. That's one touchdown at least below the posted total.
Well, when you look at the playoffs, though, hey, have things tightened up in any? Have the defenses stepped up? Have the offenses kept performing at those same standards during the season? If you look at the playoffs, New Orleans averaging 59 points a game. It's kind of strange. You know, both games came in at 59. You had 45-14 versus Arizona. You had 31-28 versus Green Bay. Hello, Minnesota, Favre. Anyway, 59 points a game. Indy in the playoffs down to 35 a game, but add them together, you're looking at about 47. Again, New Orleans is putting the points up. Indy hasn't. But New Orleans has faced 2 premier offenses.
Yeah, I think we want to put an asterisk beside the New York Jets.
Arizona, who only put up 14 points, and Minnesota, obviously a top-scoring machine. On the Colts side, they only face the Ravens, who don't try and pass. They live by their run and hope that Flacco doesn't have to pass. And the Jets, who do the same philosophy, hope even less that they have to use Sanchez to throw the ball, although he did have a couple nice passes. So Indy games have been a little bit lower, but when you look at the history now, only 2 of 10 have gone over 56. You look at these season averages, though, both of them still season average and playoff averages. The only one that says it would be over was New Orleans, and that's just barely. But, we looked at those 10 Super Bowls, and mostly in these Super Bowls you saw a great offensive team versus a great defense. It usually seems to work out that way. You've got an offense versus defense, top level on both sides. Like last year you had Arizona scoring machine versus Pittsburgh, #1 defense. The year before you had the Giants at New England. New England, great offense scoring machine, and Giants better known for defense. But this year we have we have the #1 offense with New Orleans, and the Colts probably come into the top 5 points per game. They might look like number 8 on the chart, but it's percentage
really
points.
Close towards Philadelphia. So, we looked at it. It's in the 26 and 26.8 range. To me, it's percentage points.
Difference between these 2 combatants and the last 10 is you've got a game where you have 2 offensive, balanced offenses facing neither of them who's one of the top. You usually see one of the top-level teams. I mean, they always say in the playoffs, it's defense and running game that gets you there. This year, neither of these teams is a top-rated defense in the league.
Yeah, I think if you look at defenses for these teams, like this number 56, this is the highest posted total ever for a Super Bowl, just in case you want to impress your friends with trivia. But you're looking at the Saints offense. It's easy to see. Peyton Manning can do things. He's brought players up to his level. You're looking at defenses, though, and that's where I think the problem is. That's where I still think the sideline is thrown off a little bit. But the Colts can get a pass rush on, and they've got speed, and they've got bracket in the middle. But one thing they're going to be lacking on, they're going to be looking for health with Jared Powers back there in the corner, is we think that they could be a little bit vulnerable to a passing game. You think about how quick Breeze is. He's not one to go down often on sacks. He's going to have time back there, and if there's any mistakes on the coverage back there, he's going to make the Colts pay. 56 points, you need a lot of touchdowns to get to this kind of scoring, but we've seen only 6 Super Bowls with a posted total of 50 or more since 1994, and only one of them has made it over the total. We got 5 unders and 1 over in those games.
Looking at New Orleans games during the season, out of the 18 games played this year, 8 of them have gone over that 56 point. You look at Indy, only 3 Indy games have gone over 56 points. And you can kind of toss the last 2 because they weren't really trying. They were sitting the regulars. But you look at the 3 of them. You know, I mean, I look at the games where they weren't getting up in the 56 range. You got Jacksonville, Miami, Seattle, Tennessee twice, St. Louis, San Fran. Here's the three that did go over 56.
I know where it starts with the New England Patriots. We all remember that
New England,
game.
Houston, and Jacksonville. Which one of these teams most closely resembles the balanced offense that they're going to see with this New Orleans team? You got to say it's New England, and that game saw 69 points scored. So opinion, what do you think, over under?
My opinion play is on the over. I saw this number come out at 55, and I grabbed it for 1 unit. It's at 56 now. Still think it's worth a buy. These two teams have got the abilities to score, and defenses can make conversions on the Saints as well. I like the over in this game.
I don't think you have, for the first time in a long time, you don't have one of the top defenses making it to the Super Bowl, where you've got really two of the top 5 offenses in the number 1 and probably number 5 offense. And I also really like the team total on one of these teams, and we're going to have more up on that over at Bet Republic. We'll have a graph for you, and we'll have more on the show. My opinion, though, I like the over in this one, too. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you over at BetRepublic.com.
See you there.